The Myrtles Plantation in St. Francisville, Louisiana is a stark reminder of the old American South, a time of vast cotton fields worked by African slaves, extremely wealthy plantation owners, and a civil war. Myrtles Plantation's haunted reputation seems to be focused mostly on events during the years surrounding and including the Civil War period. Of the many claims of paranormal activity said to occur at Myrtles Plantation, the story of the slave girl Chloe is probably the best known. Chloe was owned by Judge Clark Woodruff and his wife Sarah. Her role at the Myrtles Plantation was to work in the home of her owners. In fact, Chloe was charged with caring for the Woodruff children. As was often the case in the Old South, Chloe also had another role at the Myrtles Plantation, that of mistress to her master, Judge Woodruff. Chloe, of course, had nothing to say in the matter. At some point, Chloe began to believe that the judge was tiring of her. So she began to snoop around and to listen to private conversations by putting her ear up close to closed doors. Unfortunately for Chloe, she was caught in the act by the judge with her ear pressed against the door. Judge Woodruff is said to have grabbed Chloe and swiftly sliced off her ear. Chloe's shame of having just one ear led her to begin wearing a green-colored headdress, often described as a turban. Chloe knew she was now in deep trouble and could be sent to work in the fields at any moment. After thinking about her rather precarious situation, Chloe came up with what she thought was a brilliant plan to save her position in the house. The Woodruff's oldest daughter would be celebrating her birthday in just a couple of days. This would be Chloe's chance to prove her value to her owners. The judge would be out of town at the time, but the rest of the family would be eating cake. Chloe gathered some of the leaves of the poisonous oleander plant and added it to the birthday cake. Her thought was that just a small amount of the toxic plant would simply make the family sick, and that she would then nurse them back to health and save her position. The family began to eat the birthday cake and soon became ill. Not all of them, just Sarah and her 2 daughters. The plan went terribly wrong, however, as the 3 did not only become ill, but they died. Word of what Chloe had done soon became known to her fellow slaves. The slaves that worked in the fields had no concern for Chloe. She worked in the master's home, and they did not consider her a friend. They did, however, care about the reaction of the judge when he returned to the Myrtles Plantation. Would he take his anger out on Chloe or them? They had to act fast, so during the night they grabbed Chloe. They killed her, and they threw her body into the Mississippi River. The ghost of the slave girl Chloe is now said to haunt the Myrtles Plantation. Some claim to have seen the girl wearing a green turban. There is also a photo that may be the apparition of Chloe. Chloe is far from the only ghost set to reside at the Myrtles Plantation. While there is no doubt that there are ghosts at the plantation, the problem is trying to figure out who they are or were. There are stories of a haunted mirror where the images of Sarah and her 2 daughters are said to appear. Also said to be in the home are the ghosts of 3 Union soldiers who are believed to have been killed when Union forces ransacked the plantation. The ghost of a young girl who died at the house in 1868 has been seen in the room she died in. Many places are given the most haunted title, but the Myrtles Plantation seems to live up to it. Thank you for coming to my channel. If you like my stories, please subscribe, click the like button, leave a comment. Also click that bell if you'd like to be notified when I have new content.